I have a hard time picking against the Clippers.
Who do you think's going to win the West this year?
The Clippers.
Clippers over the Lakers.
Yeah.
Clippers or Lakers?
Clippers.
Why?
Clippers. I think their pieces fit together a little bit better.
Clippers, on the other hand, have a team that completely bought in last year with no superstars. You add two of the most selfless superstars in the game that go both ways. Obviously, Paul George's shoulder is going to be a big concern, but I think it's the Clippers' championship to lose this year.
The Clippers not only have the best defensive versatility in the league, yes, the Lakers have a height advantage, but the three-point shooting of the Clippers with Lou Will and Trez on the floor, the Clippers are the best team in basketball.
The Clippers are loaded, and this is going to be like an advanced, organized version of rec ball. They're disruptive defensively. They're the best team in the league at defending isolation plays. That's why the Clippers are my choice to make it to the NBA Finals out of the West.
All of this is exactly what was wrong with the LA Clippers. First of all, man, I got to say shout out to y'all. Everybody on my Twitter, my IG, by the way, follow my new IG if you don't know how I look. Everybody hitting me up saying, bro, I cannot wait for this video. I can't wait to hear what you got to say. That stuff is never underappreciated, bro. Like, just for y'all being that excited, man, I really do appreciate that, for real. Second of all, I'm a lot more clear-headed than I was last night. If you watched my video last night, I was angry, I was heated, I was disappointed, I couldn't talk. I was just mad. And today, even though I still have a lot to say, I'm a lot more clear-headed. But as I went to bed last night, I really sat back and thought hard. What went so wrong with such a talented roster? One thing, no Lakers fans, nobody can deny this team's talent, and they put it together at moments. But what went so wrong? And then I came across that clip at the beginning of the video on Twitter, and I said to myself, this is exactly where it all went wrong. The Clippers have the worst history of any other team in any other sport. They literally haven't been to a conference finals longer than any other team in any other sport. A conference finals. So when they assembled this team and they got all these big names, specifically Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, obviously, I feel like this is where Doc Rivers completely failed them. You have to understand, when Kawhi joined Toronto, he was one superstar joining a team that had already had massive success. They just could never get over that last hump because they never had that closer dude. I'm sorry, DeMar DeRozan, you seem like a nice dude, but you were never that dude. They needed that last dude. That was an easy plug-in for Nick Nurse. When the Clippers got Kawhi, they lost two very low maintenance, very important pieces to their offense, SGA and Danilo Gallinari, and plugged in two massive superstars that get all the attention by the press. That's where a very great coach, to me, is very important. Bro, two dudes, two stars, I don't care who they are, Carmelo and AI, Russ and KD, two dudes are never going to win a championship alone. You have to implement a system as a coach that works with the rest of the team. That's the only way you're going to win. Something I realized about LeBron. LeBron is a coach on the floor, right? So a lot of times you can see him passing to other people and allowing other people like Alex Caruso, Danny Green, Dion Waiters, really allowing them to get their rhythm because he understands this isn't just about me and AD. It's not about our numbers. We're playing the long game. If we really want to win a championship, we're going to need those other dudes, not just me and AD. Us getting these massive numbers and looking cute, that don't mean anything. I got to make sure Danny Green is good. I got to make sure Alex Caruso, Kyle Kuzma, these essential pieces, they're going to be the ones that win us the championship, not me and AD. We going to eat. That's just easy. That's where the Clippers went wrong. You can even see it at the end of games. Like, they would have Lou Williams, Kawhi, Paul George, Marcus Morris, and Zubac on the floor at the end of the game. All these dudes are pretty good individually, but their chemistry together was trash. Lou Williams plays better on the bench with Harold. Kawhi, I mean, he's trying to back people down. Like, they had no rhythm, and that's where it all collapsed. The second thing that went wrong with this team wasn't as good defensively as we said they were. They just weren't. We talked about, oh my God, Kawhi, Paul George, that's the new Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and all that. But they weren't even close to that. That's really disrespectful. Kawhi Leonard isn't the guy that he was 5 years ago defensively, and understandably so, but he's not even close. He's not close to that dude. Kawhi Leonard was best defensively when he was asked to do a lot less offensively. Oh my God, man. Spam that in the I'm feeling myself on that one. That was a bar. But it's true. When Greg Popovich basically had Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, when those dudes ran the offense and Kawhi just kind of went with the flow of the offense and all that, that's when he was best defensively. Now that he's asked to be a facilitator, be a scorer, basically do all this stuff, it's impossible for a dude that's already injury prone to be that claw that we seen in 2014. It's just impossible. This is another reason why he probably should have stayed in Toronto. Let's be honest. Russell Westbrook said it, and it was facts. Patrick Beverley isn't as great defensively as we say. He flops. He does a lot of crazy stuff. He's more of the mental game, but defensively, standing in front of a dude, he ain't that dude, bro. If Kawhi was that dude, Luka Doncic wouldn't have had a field day. Tim Hardaway, Trey, everybody had a field day when they played that Clippers team. That wasn't a great defensive team. You know who's a real great defensive team? Miami. You know who's a real great defensive team? Toronto. Bro, last night, I watched Miami double team Kemba Walker at the top of the key damn near every possession and scramble back to the open man fast enough to guard him too. Their rotations were beautiful. That's a real great defensive team, not this fool's gold stuff. And this brings me to my next point. Kawhi was way better off in Toronto, at least for one more season. If you looked at Toronto's payroll, damn near everybody was on 1-year contracts. Like, it was going to be like a last dance type of thing. Basically seeing if you can defend that championship. Him leaving, that was clearly a mistake. Doc Rivers and his trash ass coaching basically asked Kawhi to be Hercules offensively and basically Kawhi in 2014 defensively, and that's not even possible. In Toronto, he didn't have to do any of that. Offensively, everybody was way more involved than on the Clippers, and defensively, it was way better. Everybody talks about Kawhi being a Giannis stopper and all that. Bro, that was not just Kawhi Leonard, bro. That's the biggest misconception about that series. That was Pascal Siakam, Marc Gasol, Kawhi Leonard. It was a complete team effort. With the Clippers, it's basically Paul George, Kawhi, or bust. You know what else that Toronto team had that Kawhi absolutely needs? They had a point guard. You can say what you want about Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry knows how to orchestrate an offense efficiently. He is a real legitimate point guard. Tony Parker was that dude for Kawhi as well. We have to stop this Kawhi LeBron. Like, so many times, I ain't gonna lie, I get involved in it too. We talk about Kawhi LeBron. Kawhi is not LeBron James. He's not. LeBron is a way better floor general, and Kawhi needs that. If you want to get everybody else involved and basically run an efficient offense, you need a point guard. You really do. LeBron is that for the Lakers. Kawhi is not that for the Clippers. Stop saying that. When Kawhi went to LA, the media and all the hype, it fooled us, bro. It fooled us. We all thought, oh my God, his job is going to be a lot easier. Everything is so easy. That was false. Defensively, Toronto was way better. They had a system. They were like a wall defensively. Offensively, they had a point guard, way more moving pieces, a way more fluent offense. It was way easier in Toronto, and that's just the facts. And lastly, let's stop this whole Kawhi LeBron stuff. Like, let's stop that. Like, I fell for it too. Kawhi is not close to LeBron, if you really be honest. We all talk about, oh my God, defensively, Kawhi is so great, bro. He's not that dude anymore. That's false. Kawhi's defense to me is exactly like Odell Beckham's hands. Odell made that one catch in 2014, and everybody thinks he's not that dude anymore. Kawhi isn't even defensively, he's not that. And offensively, to me, it's not close because LeBron is a floor general. He's a coach on the floor. Kawhi he's not close to that. And Steve Ballmer, I got two things for you too. You better hope this Paul George trade works out, because if it doesn't, this is going to be one of the worst trades of all time. Probably worse than the Brooklyn Nets thing. You gave up way too much for Paul. And I told myself, I'm not going to crucify Paul George, because from game 1 to game 6, you really couldn't ask Paul George to play better. Like, you really couldn't. He gave you exactly what you need out of a second star. But in game 7, he turned right back into that playoff pandemic P dude. You better hope y'all win a championship, because that's going to turn out to be one of the worst investments of all time. Second of all, you have to fire Doc Rivers. You have to. Doc Rivers is fooling everybody. He's not a great coach. In the 2010s, he has not been a winner, and that's just the facts. Go watch my video about the Clippers 2 days ago, bro. Doc Rivers is fooling everybody. He's not a great coach. All that stuff was fake. Tom Thibodeau really won that Boston championship. He's fooling everybody. If you guys like this video, man, Lakers fans, do not throw the parade. I tweeted this yesterday. Don't throw the parade because the Nuggets are real. Make sure you guys follow my IG, follow my Twitter. A lot more videos to come. Do all that great stuff, guys. And until next time, as always, stay tuned.